Well, the Coalition of Domestic Election Observers, CODEO, says it has noted disturbing developments at some registration centers which could mar the integrity of the registration exercise if left unchecked. In its second situational report on the ongoing limited biometric voters registration exercise, it indicated it observes also reported seeing unauthorized party supporters and members of the public loitering at registration centers with the sole purpose of serving as guarantors for registrants affiliated to their party. Let's speak with Albert Kofi Ahin, and he is the national coordinator for CODEO. Good afternoon, Mr. Ahin.
Good afternoon.
And thanks for joining us. Your report cites cases of abuse of registration procedures. What form did it really take?
Yeah, we are talking about one particular instance where registration officials themselves will fill a guarantor's form and then send it in the morning to the centers. Okay. And this is unbecoming, of a registration center, because that's not what the instructions are. How can you fill a form or, you pre-fill a form and send to the center? So that anybody who comes and says that he doesn't have any of the required things like the passport, whatever, and then you quickly give it to him or her, and then he goes away. That is what we are referring to as the compliance with the registration rules and procedures. And again, people are fighting at the centers.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, there have also been calls have been made for the EC to extend the dates for the exercise based on the possibility that some students, particularly on the university campuses, may not be able to register due to the huge numbers of eligible voters. Do you share the same view?
Yes, we are actually saying that there's a need for the Commission to send more machines or teams to these universities, because they are densely populated. What beats my mind is how come they didn't do this earlier on, because in their own manual for this particular limited registration exercise, they have put in a clause that where the population is dense, or they even use the word unwieldy, if it is unwieldy, they will increase the number of teams. And so for them to have waited up to this point, I don't get it. Okay. So we are saying for the number of days that we have left, at least some more teams should be sent to these areas, because the kids are writing exams, they are in a queue, and they cannot even concentrate, So some of them, if care is not taken, might be disenfranchised.
Well, so you are not necessarily calling for an extension at this particular place, but rather they should add more kits to those places.
Yes, we are saying that they should add more kits to the area, because if they open up more centers, there will not be the need even to extend it. Okay. It's a question of just opening more centers. Okay. You see? This may deprive them of their civic rights if this is not done.
Well, okay. So what particularly do you expect from the security agencies with regards to intensifying surveillance at registration centers, especially those with history of violence that was also captured in your report?
Yes, we are saying that there's tension, there's violence at these centers, and people are just behaving with impunity. Okay. So, yes, the security officers are doing their work fine in many areas. But the question is that we need to have people arrested to serve as a deterrent to others. This is the problem we have. If we just continue saying that there's violence, there's impunity, and nobody's arrested, it will not work. Okay. So what we are saying is that yes, they are doing well, but they should go further and make sure that people face the full rigors of the law. Okay. Because they have flouted it.
Finally, you've made a lot of observations. What would be your recommendation, since we have until Sunday, to end this whole process?
Yeah, we are saying that the political parties, especially the NDC and NPP, they should restrain their respective agents and activists. from engaging in the disruptive and violent behaviors at the registration centers.
Okay. All right.
And then we're also saying that the EC should pay close attention to the conduct of the registration officials posted to the various centers. And then we also say they should increase the number of registration centers in densely populated areas. And lastly, the security agencies should apply the law vigorously or rigorously in dealing with anyone who engages in any registration-related crime.
Well, I think that we'll have more time to talk to us on this particular issue. Thanks so much for speaking with us. I have been speaking with Mr. Albert Kofi Ahin, and he is the National Coordinator of CODEO. Let's